Welcome back to the show, everybody. Lupinranger versus Patranger number 13. The best and worst holiday. Bang, 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 just like the show does. Regardless, yo, right now, this episode was your girl power episode. And when I really think about, like, Sentai in general, usually you find the girl power let's build bonds episode mid to, like, late game, depending on where you need some filler to show girl power. Because, however, the show is what it is, especially when you have the Lupinrangers in play and all of the, oh my god, my world's gone to shit because some dude with a nice gun sat up here and killed someone I love very much, so we gotta collect these MacGuffins and whatever. The thing is, the episode was great on capitalizing on the premise, because your premise is pretty simple, is that you got Umika and you got Tsukasa, and they sitting up here like, we want stuffed animals. We know Tsukasa's weakness is stuffed animals, and we find out in the episode the reason that Umika's in the building is because the stuffed animal she's trying to get, it reminds her of Shiho, and you get all of this character bonding and love stuff, and it's a wonderful thing. The thing I don't appreciate was you got the gondolas trying to get in on this. You have the month of the day, Nayo, sitting up here like, oh, Goche, you so close to the master, but I'm your shinobi and now I will conquer the world for you and all this stuff. And you got Dogranio like, yeah, man, I go ahead fight, you know what I'm saying, cat fight. And then, you know, you got the boy Dexter just like, whatever. Because that's what Dexter do. This is what Dexter do till he's time to whoop a motherfucker's ass. That's what he do. He just go, this. So the thing is, I appreciate the episode for exactly what it was. Is that you have these character building moments, because ultimately, like I've said in past reviews, these character bonds that we're building early between cops and robbers is going to ultimately turn into something. At least I hope the show actually capitalizes on this, because again, you come here as probably someone who's a seasoned Sentai veteran watcher, and you know sometimes that the show's built to things. And sometimes the show executes on them and fails at it. Sometimes it executes and it does it very well. Or sometimes the show just forget that was a thing we did. One that just says, whatever to that thing you thought you were invested in, because you're totally not invested in that. So it is in this, for real, seriously, that the episode was trying to build this bond between Tsukasa and Umika, because again, like I said, like we said, like, I don't know if this relationship is going to have the same parallels that Kairi and Kijiro have. I don't know why I say Tsukasa man like that, because I guess she on the brain right now, but that relationship is a lot different, because you got Kairi, he laid back and he cool, but he got some shit going on, and you got Keiichiro, he hot-blooded as fuck. He just ready to shoot some things. Like, Carter Grayson would be proud of a man like that, because for real, because all Keiichiro want to do is bang, 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 just like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if you really gonna have that with Tuma and Sakuya, because they too different. It's like Tuma got shit going on for real. Like, yo, my fiance got fucked up. I ain't trying to hear nothing about no police. And Sakuya still trying to find his way as a police officer. So, I don't know really if you're gonna get that into the mix, but it's good to see that the show was trying to build on it. And it's like, what I really appreciate, which may come as a shock to everybody in the streets, is I appreciated the lightheartedness and the love that this episode brought. It's like, especially that part where I just lost my train of thought, where Umika had that moment with Tsukasa where she hugged her because she remember Shiho and all that stuff. So it's like, I wonder if the show really going to build to that. I don't think that Tsukasa is going to become this magical proxy for what Shiho means to Umika or anything, but I really think that there's something there that they can really build a special bond with, that you could really play off the show, because, yo, they had a good time. It's like, you know what I'm saying, they had a slap fight, you know what I'm saying, anytime where a slap fight happens, you know what I'm saying, you got the master of slaps slapping another bit, and they just slap, and he's all over the place. So the episode, like I said, did a wonderful and great job of establishing what it is that these relationships and these bonds are going to be. Like, if we sit up here, like I say, and we think about the past 13 episodes of the show, right, is that you have the Sakuya Umika thing that I really think they could really build something to, and that can be great. I really think what the seed that they planted here with Tsukasa and Umika as being best girlfriends who just, you know what I'm saying, who steal things, be cops, kick ass, and do stuff can work. I really ultimately think that this show still will hang its hat on the relationship between Kairi and Keiichiro. That whatever this is, this clashing of ideals is going to be what the ultimate story beats come around. Because again, like, for real, we talk about the Gongolas, but it's like a lot of times they like forgotten in the mix of this versus thing. And I'm hoping and I'm still praying that the show gets to a point of understanding that, well, you know what? Let me rewind it. Let me say this. I've said this before, and I will say it again. This show could be called Lupin, could be called Kato Sentai Lupinranger, and you wouldn't know the motherfucking difference. It's like, I want this show to explore the Patranger side. I really want to show the Patranger side. I really do. Because I really think that Keiichiro, Sakura, and Tsukasa have something to offer this show. And while the show gives them the opportunity to be foils for the main characters, who are the Lupinrangers, because that's what the show does, I really hope that they don't forget that it's called Versus, which means this side and this side both need love to be great. Again, the show did a wonderful job, and I will comment again, of establishing the Lupinrangers as these, what's the word I'm looking for here? As these distraught anti-heroes who are sitting up here fighting against something that the police couldn't understand. Well, hopefully the plot will get around to understand of why they sitting up here stealing collection pieces. You really hope the show gets to that. You have these police that you sit up here that the show isn't quite invested in them as they should, but they are great characters anyhow, that ultimately they get to a point to where they get more character focus. It's like, I don't want them to continue to be the comedic relief of the show, because the show, honestly, now that I say it, it needs it. Because, again, now that I sit up here and think about it, because I'm glad that we have these conversations where I get to say what's on my mind. If this show was just Lupinranger, this show would be kind of dry. Because you really can't have those comedic moments with them for real while you're trying to establish them as characters. Like a couple of episodes, episode 11, I'm like, yo, we had Sakura and Drag, you know what I'm saying? And the show handled it very well as a comedic set piece to this episode about something completely going on. Because that's why I said up here, and I think I said in that review, and I'll say it now, that this is a Versus series, that you have other characters that you could really bounce the more funnier stuff off of versus the more serious nature of the Lupinrangers. But that's I really think that the attitude of the Lupinrangers, that stuff gonna slowly flip though. That is gonna, because the more and more we get to know these characters, the more and more they get to relax and get a chance to be humans more, the more you will see more of that dumb stuff happening to them, and they can have a comedic episode too. So once the show feels that it has accomplished the job of establishing the Lupinrangers as these anti-heroes, the cops as the cops, and hopefully Dogranio and the squadron actually get some character development other than we're bad guys, we stole a thing, we just hear it every now and then, we just sit up here and just flex our muscles and we just deliver L's to everybody. It's something you can do. But I'm just saying that that's just where I'm at right now this episode, because I know I'm a little behind or whatever, but that gave me a little time to really sit up here and think about the show. And having this review and sitting up here being live with y'all about it, it's giving me an opportunity to like really understand like what is this show trying to provide for me. And right now the show is doing a great job of providing a great show, but this is only episode 13. Only episode 13, and we got a lot more episodes to go, so a lot can change between now and when I sit down and it's the end game and we rediscuss and re-talk about what's good with the show, what's bad with the show, what the show can do better. But in the moment right now, the show's fine. I wish there would be a little more Gongola on the hustle. I want the Lupinrangers to just chill out a little bit, and the Patrangers can chill out a little bit too, but you know what I'm saying, your definitions and levels of chill may vary. But yo, that's it, that's all. This show was simply a girl power episode. Girl power was done. Smacks happened. Team up at the end. Monster destroyed. Piece collected. Megazord fight. Boom. Done. It established it. Even though Tsukasa didn't get the stuffed animal she wanted, because she wanted a pig instead of the toast head thing. But great episode regardless. But yo, I will bid you adieu for now, And we will indeed be taking a commercial break because that's what the do sign mean. And we will be right back with more show right here live on Team GRF TV. I don't know because I got something for Kamen Rider, but I don't have nothing for this. You know what? I'm just gonna stick with what I just did. I'm just gonna be a jolly do. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with more show after these commercial messages.